Hello and welcome to Super Right.
Now!
It's a new Banter number 12. Now you
12?
know us by now. Yeah,
12?
13, exactly. We're totally prepared for it.
This is Fiona, your very eloquent host that is willing to improve every single day, getting out of her comfort zone. And this is
Pepe, but...
he is very prepared today.
Yes. He's totally prepared.
Very prepared today,
Yeah.
But good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever you're doing.
Wherever you are. If you had a bad day, just hang out with us. We're going to switch the mood. And if you're just starting your day, we're going to start on a very, very good foot.
Good morning with my boys.
Yes. And if you're at lunch break, well, it's the middle of the day. Good luck.
And you are... Yeah, good luck. There's another 3 or 4 hours more of the day.
Yeah,
And I'm
at least.
Yeah. So, at least what? What?
I heard something. Nothing.
What
Yes.
did you hear? Your neighbors having sex?
I wish it will give me ideas. At least I will
it
hear
will
somebody
give me
having
pleasure
sex. Yes.
that it's real and not on the other
Oh,
side.
you know what? We didn't even mention that the neighbors that were making so much noise
Oh,
before.
yeah. Stomping.
See, you should put that on Instagram. You're the first one to put that they make a love noise. Now they don't because they're gone.
Yeah, but you told me that it was because of medical condition, and I don't know how Pepe know all this stuff about his neighbors.
As the manager, because
He's very nosy.
I-
You're nosy.
No, I didn't. You know how annoying it is when you work from home and you have people
Yeah,
that
yeah,
are
yeah.
just like stomping all day
No,
long.
I know. I don't know because I live in a penthouse. I have the means
Yes,
to
yes.
live in the upper.
Yeah, well, I don't. And so I didn't hear, like for 2 days, I didn't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked it up online to see if the apartment was open for rent. And it was. So I was like, yeah, they moved. Yeah. And I went to see the manager and asked him, yeah, it's well, for something else. I didn't go specifically
Yeah.
for it. You know why I went? Exactly for what we were talking about. Mail. Because I received mail from 3 different persons,
No, that they don't pay the $1.
past renters.
Yes.
So I bring them back every
Uh-huh.
time. So that was actually when I had the IRS letter that I need to give back to him so it can find its way through that.
Yeah.
And
that
I
he's
told
going
him,
to
and then he
jail.
asked me, "Oh, how are you?" And I said, "Like, I'm great because I just saw that the apartment above me is empty and it's the end of my nightmare." And it was like, "What? Oh, yeah. They moved because of medical condition. They need to be on the first floor, so they're still there around here, but not up
I mean,
there."
but anyway,
And he asked
whoever
me if I wanted to move upstairs. Like, I'm not even like settled yet on my apartment.
but whoever moves,
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how your neighbors were, but whoever moves, it's just very.
Okay.
It-
Hence part 2 of the story.
Oh, we have a part 2 of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
story
yeah.
because
So-
Pepe knows it's the Karen of his neighborhood.
No. So a week later, because every week I bring back the freaking mail. And a week later, I go back there. So that was last weekend. And I go back there. So hey, here's the how are you? So I'm fine since I don't have the noise anymore. It's good. And I told him, you know what? Yesterday somebody went upstairs.
Uh-huh.
And I could hear just as
Yes,
before. So
before.
it's not because of them. They have like a heavy foot, but everybody's going to make noise. And I wonder, if you can check. No, I asked him, are you going to replace the carpet? That's the first thing I want to know, since every time somebody moves.
Yeah, they
And he
replace
said
the
no, because it was not the end of their lease. They moved like 5 months ago. They just switched apartment, and we already changed it 5 months ago.
Yeah. So it's brand new.
So it's brand new, and we're not. I was like, oh man.
But what does that has to do with the
Because sometimes the carpenter,
the carpenter, the carpet people, the carpenter?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
No, not the carpenter, but the carpet people. They need to put padding in between the floor and the carpet. And
So do you think that's missing a lot?
Yeah, so I was like, can you check if there's extra padding, or can you reinforce the floor? Because sometimes the wood
they will do everything for you.
Creak.
Yes.
And he said that he will personally go check and ask them to check the carpet.
Yes, the Karen of this neighborhood.
So
is
they're supposed to
Pepe.
rent it out within 10 days. So within 10 days, I will have somebody. Well, within the next 15 days, I will have someone upstairs, and we'll see. And maybe they will make super love because the other ones they did not. I could hear them walk,
stomping,
but there was no.
No. No, that was a very weird.
Well, that was a very personal well, maybe not an interpretation, but
that how it sounds.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, it sounds.
Nothing.
Sounds like
silence.
Sounds like it's like it sounds like a tap in the back and thank you.
It sounds
thank you.
Crickets?
No. When I make love, it sounds.
Oh, you make
It sounds
love?
exactly like a Barry White song.
Oh. Toing, toing, toing. Come on, baby. Okay, good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, and you know what? The imaginary
friends,
the imaginary sexual partner that I have are very satisfied. There's a 100% satisfaction.
One only. Oh, that's too bad.
What?
Because if it's imaginary,
yes,
for me it should be like 1,000%. Why limit
no,
your imaginary?
They are extremely satisfied. They are very, very satisfied.
100% in your imagination.
Yes.
That's too low.
Extremely.
In my imagination should be like 200, 300 over the top.
Okay.
Well, so you're not.
I thought that in 100% it was
no
against 100. So over it's
super
not possible.
Yes, it is. It is possible.
No, but
yes.
Okay.
In the imagination.
To each his own.
Okay, so we reach, believe it or not, we reached the month of October this year in 2020. It has been very difficult year. Weird year.
October 2020. So yes.
I really like this month because in the environment, it's all these spooky, creepy stories about haunted houses. And I know you super hate that because he's a scary cat. He doesn't like that stuff and it's the truth because my ex-husband was the same. He didn't like this because I don't want this negativity around here.
Exactly.
Why I want to watch something like that? Well,
exactly.
I don't care.
It's all negative. It's about like being scary, being
you control your fears, the adrenaline.
I don't care about it whatsoever.
Okay, so very quick. I like to travel and I like to go to these odd places or whatever. So since this year, I cannot go far. Mm-hmm. So I was reading where to travel within the U.S.
Yes.
And I found this spooky story about an Alaskan hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's
still a long way.
Well, I can drive for 2 days, 3 days.
Alaska, 3 days. So good luck with that.
Well, 1 week. Uh-huh. But of a hotel that was built in 1913. And at the beginning, it was a known hotel because of prostitution. Because Alaska, in the 30s.
It was a brothel?
Yeah, not a brothel, but it was.
I so regret that brothels are illegal.
Yeah.
Especially right now.
That you need a prostitute.
I really enjoy it.
Well, the story of this hotel.
No. But I think it's more interesting. Imagine for a guy, you knock on the door. You open the door and you have a lined up of girls waiting, ready for your money.
Even though, so as I was saying,
so
appealing and arousing.
Yeah, arousing. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for your contribution to this topic. Mm-hmm. So this hotel was built in 1913, and it was receiving sailors and in that moment. It's because the mines, the gold rush.
Sailors or sailors?
Sailors, sorry, sailors.
With the boat.
Yeah, the ones that work in the boats.
Like Popeye.
Like Popeye, yes. So they were receiving sailors and a lot of people that was willing to find gold in the 30s. What?
I'm doing Popeye.
Okay, he's clearly, or either he...
No, because...
is drinking a lot, I don't know. He's very tired.
So this is my first drink. No, but...
of this minute.
Did you know what Popeye meant?
Popeye, no.
Popeye, yes.
Oh, okay.
That's why he's like this with one eye closed and one eye like this.
Okay.
And I never knew it. Did we start the first topic?
Going back... So this 1913, and there was a lot of prostitution, mafia, etc. And then all these people that wanted to find gold
mafia in Alaska.
Yes, mafia.
Oh wow! If we have a director listening to us and looking at it, like, look at the history of the mafia in Alaska. I'm sure you have a great movie. Scorsese, why didn't you cover that up yet?
Okay, I'm not going to finish the story because at this pace I would never finish my story.
Go ahead.
The story is that this hotel is haunted because one of the miners, the people that worked in the mines, he wanted to find gold, of course.
Just to make sure we're very clear, people under 18 years old.
What?
Minors?
No, not minors. No. Well, people that work in mines and they wanted to find gold in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a couple that went there. The husband was like, Alice, that's the name. Alice, you will stay in this hotel while I will go to find some gold for us. Wait for me, Alice.
His wife?
Yes, his wife.
Okay.
So Alice...
How old were they?
I don't know. I didn't ask. Probably 20s, here in their 20s. I don't know. It's just a good guess.
So looking for gold, yes.
So they were looking for gold. He went, and Alice wait. In
this hotel was a prostitution ring.
So it was a month.
A month?
2 months.
What?
And Alice's husband didn't
come back.
So she has no money. She has nothing. So she went back to the very first
job that
she had.
Prostitution?
No, in the world, in the history of this world. Prostitution. So she was selling her body because she wanted to survive and she didn't want to die.
Giving up her vagina for some bread.
Yeah.
From some
vagina for milk and meat. Meat. So one day Alice was giving her service, a high quality service of prostitution, and guess what?
Are you sure about the high quality?
Guess what? Her husband knocked at the door, and he heard some like, oh yeah, can I have a hoya?
Hoya.
So he opened the door, and the first thing he saw is Alice having sex with some other man.
In which position?
In the position that allowed him to shoot her directly on her head.
So he had a gun?
He had a gun, and he killed Alice in the room 315, and the guy that was paying. It wasn't even her lover. It was just a guy.
He killed him too?
Yes.
Oh, that's that's unfair. Like the woman, I understand. Okay, you expect more from your wife. But the guy...
Well, he didn't know that he was paying for... He didn't know the story. Before you do something stupid, Alice, stop. Stop moaning. Please don't come. Why are you doing this?
Please don't come.
Not yet.
No sperms on my sheet.
No sperms yet. Alice, it's your opportunity to give an explanation.
Yes.
So it's like, baby, I was starving. You weren't coming back, so I need to do something. And this is the only thing that I know. And I am very professional and good because I squeeze and relieve, So I was getting good money, and I was starving, baby. You just only left me one dime.
Why do they talk like a Gen Z?
I don't know.
Teenager.
I just thought about that the way Alice and the other guy's like, yeah, man. I was just paying because I work here, and
it's really hard.
I need
it's
a
really
vagina.
Cold. It's really cold.
I need a vagina.
Yes,
vagina.
I don't have a hat for my tip,
so
I need a vagina.
So I pay Alice for you know me. You're a mean.
You're mean.
You're a mean. But this man was like, he didn't listen. He didn't give them the
just
time.
Just kill them both ended 2 lives like that without explanation.
You
know what? It's because of the mind. It drives them crazy. Like
so Alice, and then this guy commits suicide.
Oh wow, great!
So it's a very beautiful story, very romantic story, like Romeo and Juliet. But the thing is, like the Alice spirit remains in this hotel for years and years and years.
How did she express herself in that room then? Oh, really? Moaning? No.
It could be.
It could, but
it could be.
What is the reality?
The reality is people,
of this haunted thing that we're all supposed to believe in.
Alice. It's people are like, sometimes people listen the name Alice. It's the just
they
story
listen
that
the name
Alice? They hear Alice,
yeah.
Alice, and
you know the difference between listening and hearing, right?
No.
Okay, I hear you and I'm listening to music.
Oh, okay, good. So Alice spirit is there, and then in 2007, a sailor called this hotel to make a reservation, but he was very specific. I want to stay in the hotel, in the room 315. So he stayed there, and like hours later, he tried to commit suicide.
Huh?
Yes, like he run over the window. It's 3 floors. Mm-hmm. So he tried to commit suicide and he didn't succeed.
So he jumped out of the window.
Yeah. He jumped out of the window and people.
Three stories.
3 stories.
Went on the splash on the ground, but did not.
He did not succeed. He is very alive, but they have the records. I was listening to that, listening to see. I was listening to the police records. Mm-hmm. Someone called 911 because they were listening like a lot of noise, glass, and how do you say, like scream? Someone was screaming. So that when the police got there,
like a fight in the room,
like
he was by himself.
Yeah, like a fight in the room. So when the police arrived, there was this guy. Mm-hmm. Like he was like, help. No, no. It wasn't saying help. It was trying to say something, but they couldn't figure what he was saying. And after like 1 or 3 seconds, he just jumped out of
the window.
Yeah. So that's what people is driven to go there, because they want to experience.
What, committing suicide?
No, but like to see what's going on, like if it's like really haunted, some demonic mm-hmm. Spirit going there.
Why would you ever be interested in that?
Well,
why would you be curious? Like, why would you go specifically to Alaska to go in a room where people get murdered or committed suicide, knowing that something can happen to you?
It's not, I mean, probably this guy, because he was a sailor, because that was the police was saying, like this guy.
What is his story? What did he say?
He doesn't say anything, but what police said is like this guy was under the side effects of a drug or alcohol, because there was a lot of sailors mm-hmm. that day.
Yeah.
So they were drinking, they were partying. So that's what they are saying. Like a lot of people is seeing things or have seen things, but it's always alcohol and drugs involved.
Yeah.
So they don't know if it's really because of Alice mourning mm-hmm. or because drugs.
Yeah, or because they heard the story and
they just put in their hair.
Subconscious in their hair.
It's
on the hair.
In the hair, every hair. Mm-hmm. So that's my trend, my catch up. I really want to go there.
Yeah, well, good luck for you. Okay.
You're not going with me?
I am absolutely not going at all whatsoever. I already have 100 countries or states
banned from your
no that I think of going before going to Alaska. But no, I think Alaska is nice in summer.
In September. Because of the aurora borealis.
But honestly, there's low chance I will ever go there, especially to go to haunted stuff. No fucking way.
No way, Jose.
I hate that.
No way, Jose. Okay, well, if someone,
you know why, right?
Because you're super scared. You're always afraid of everything.
No, well, first of all, I never liked horror movies, and we talked about before. Like there was this movie that I watched when I was really young.
What movie?
Well, there were different horror movies that my older stepbrother, that was 7 year older than me, he was always renting. Amityville.
Oh my God! No, it's really good. Amityville.
And stuff like that, and I was like watching bits and parts, and I didn't like it. It's like Michael Jackson Thriller. I couldn't have. I don't understand. It doesn't give me a good feeling. I don't need to watch it. So I was looking some bits and parts, Chainsaw Massacre and stuff like that, and I was like, no, this is not for me. Like when there was a Bruce Lee movie, that was all in it.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, that was so great. Yeah, I like the energy. Like anyway. And there are very bad movies. Like they are not like
super bad.
Good. Yeah, there are bad movies, but it was great.
Like the Van Damme ones.
No.
Why not?
No, Bruce. Okay. Anyway, but there was this movie that we talked about. Like before the internet, I knew I watched this movie. I never knew the title because I was 8 years old, and then I was in a forum talking about movies, and somebody brought back the name of this movie, and it was exactly that. That had a
horror movie.
Yeah, that had a deep impact scar in my brain and whatever. It's called The Entity.
Oh yeah, that's a very good movie. I watched that movie when I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, oh, me too.
El Ente. So you didn't like it? It's supposed to.
I mean, I watched it because it's not a horror movie.
No, it's
a
suspense.
Yeah, I mean,
because it doesn't show.
No, but it's worse. There's no blood, so that's why I was watching that. But it was terrible, and
it's supposed to be based on real.
No, and so on top of that,
story.
So that's why also it's
too
as well. At this time, I had my aunt and my mother that were really into spiritisms. You know Spiritism?
Yeah.
When you go on the table and you ask
I don't believe in that.
For spirits to come. And it's really like messed up because first of all, for me, as I am myself, even if it's my mother, my aunt, a friend, anybody, people that I don't know, I do not understand what attracts you to that.
You don't, I mean...
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know why you would call, if you believe in that, I don't know why you would call spirits that supposedly didn't make the transition and that are stuck somewhere and that you ask them for a question. And on top of that, it's been going on for years and years and years, and we still don't have the answer what happens to you when you're dead.
You're dead.
So that was that. And one day, they did it with somebody that was supposedly like really receptive. You know, there are people that are really receptive. So they were doing that in the kitchen, and they told me, you don't come, you stay in your bedroom, you don't come. So, of course, you say that to a 10-year-old.
No, and especially to you.
Yeah. And so they were like with a glass on the table, and they had like letters
like the Ouija
around. Yeah, just like that, because they ask questions, and then the glass goes, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's what happens. And really, it goes by itself. Anyway.
So what happened?
And no, so I entered the room, the freaking glass, they were all with their hand on the glass. The freaking glass came all the way to me, past the table, and broke on the floor.
And you got very scared.
And I got super scared. I got super scared. Yes.
Okay, so this is the difference. I like the stories. I like the spooky stories. But I don't believe in that. I don't believe absolutely in that.
No, but you know what was scary in it? Okay, whether you believe in spirits being around and you can call them and they can reply to you also, it's what really, really hurt me was this level of having this type of stuff
situation around a kid.
Yes, and where I'm living, where I'm sleeping, my environment, that I didn't like. But second of all, if it's not true, what kind of a messed up adult mind would drive the freaking glass on the floor to scare me? I think that's totally messed up from A to Z.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was betrayed, whether betrayed or whether in an environment that was not safe for me.
How old
I was
were you?
like 10.
Oh my God, imagine if at 10 years old, you think the things that you're saying to me.
Yeah.
Instead of, I'm scared. I feel betrayed because my mom didn't think as an adult.
Yes.
What the fuck is she doing?
Yes.
Why is she giving me this type of environment?
Exactly.
And you were 10 years old?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so now you know what I am dealing. It's something very scary, more scary than a spirit, my friend.
I'm sorry, it's messed up. But it's true. Like everybody play adults when they have kids. but they're still kids.
Yeah, well,
most of them are still kids.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in
like
in
the only adults that I've really like encountered in my life, like parents that were really adults in the way they behave and they think and stuff like that. They're not pretending. Are the ones that that came from a very traditional, and in my country it's mostly Catholic, from a very traditional Catholic background, because they not because I don't think it's that this brings them to be adults. It's the confidence that it gives them and the education that comes with it.
Yeah, the parameters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they're really confident and they become adults very early on in life, and then they pop kids like crazy.
Well, I don't believe in that, but I don't know why I have always have this attraction for these movies. Not like the Chucky or Jays. I don't like those movies. I don't like those movies. I like the ones like The Entity, or the kind of movies that you don't see blood. You don't. Yeah,
like you always want me to watch The Exorcist.
And you are The Exorcist. Yeah, yeah. But anyway.
No.
Anyway, that was. But since we have this, I read here something really scary.
You know what I'm...
No, let me
yeah. Can I just one quick parenthesis?
It's scary?
Huh? No, just quick parenthesis. Like, because I see where we're going right now. And I'm going to apologize. I'm going to have a quick interaction with our audience right now.
Okay.
For the past 2 Banters, I told you that I was going to talk about the Prediction 2020 Part 2. It didn't happen last time. It doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. No, it will happen. No. And I apologize. And it's funny if it doesn't happen. I just apologize in advance if I said that I will, and I would, and if you're interested in it. I'm just telling you right now before she goes on the next story, which is fine. It's probably not going to happen. Okay?
No, it's not a story. It's just something really scary, because then I want you to put the predictions, to talk about the predictions. Okay. A very scary story from here. Yes. It was the first thing that I read. It was...
What, when you opened the book?
Yeah, it was the first thing that I read. It's something really scary for me.
What is it?
The person that spent the most days with congestion, not pooping. You know how many days?
Constipation. Congestion. Not pooping from the nose.
That would be very, very scary.
Constipation.
Constipation. 102 days. That's very scary, because
I think that's medically not possible.
The person that wrote this book, it says like the person with the most days without pooping was 102 days. And remember when I did my boob job, I was super scared because it was 5 days after my last poop.
But the anesthesia does that.
Yeah, I know, but I was so scared. I was walking like crazy. I did like the thingy that you put. I wish. No, the water with the warm water.
Yeah, the cleansing.
I don't know, and I put a lot of things. I ate spinach. I ate prunes.
Do you call that a douche? No,
no, douche.
Douche is me.
Douche is you.
No, how do you call that? We call that like the pear cleansing.
I don't know, but I did. It was getting scarier for me because I was looking at the mirror and this was all bloated. It's like I have so much shit there.
And by this you mean what?
Like my belly.
Your stomach was bloated?
My stomach was bloated, and I was getting so scared because I always think like, okay, if I don't poop, if I don't go to the restroom, I will die, because this is the 5th day. So I went to the doctor for my checkup after the surgery, and I was like, please give me something, because this is the 6th day. Okay, so if you don't poop by tomorrow...
Why are we talking about it?
Because this is scary. This is very scary.
Okay, that's a scary
Talking
story.
about scary stories.
Okay.
And the doctor, okay, like if you don't come tomorrow, if you don't poop tomorrow, come to me. I will give you something.
Okay. Did he give you something?
I poop. No, because I had an issue at work. So the stress level, and then. So that's the very.
And we have sound effects. That's really what we needed right now.
I was like. That my spirit.
Yes.
Like calm. It was my spirit came back. It's like, you're pooping. You're not going to die because you didn't poop. Yes. Imagine if you died because you didn't poop. That would be very sad.
Yeah.
This lady died because she couldn't poop. So
I mean, I'm sure it happens. Like sometimes you don't realize.
Well, this guy 102 days. That's scary.
Some people are really
that's scary.
Backed up.
So that's the scary.
But I mean, you can really like die from that.
Yeah, I know. True. That's why I don't want to be on my obituary having like this lady die because she didn't poop. That's very sad.
It is sad, but I know it happens. So this is like November 2020. So it's the end of the year. I know everybody's waiting for the end of the year because you know what? We all have in mind that we have 2020 to blame for it. And we all think like we do every year, but the new year is going to bring a new beginning. And you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen is that the date is not going to change the course of something.
The coronavirus.
Yes. So it's going to continue as it should or as it should not. But it's not December 31st and the night of December 31st to January 2021, but it's going to bring something new. But hopefully, we know that next year is probably going to be better. But
at least the vaccine is going to be. We are going to be closer to the vaccine.
Yeah. Now we have to hang tight, but it's getting very difficult. So it's the end of the year, and as in Banter number 11, I was talking about what we were expecting, anticipating for the year 2020 to be in this world on planet Earth. And I explained why I was so fascinated by it. So one of the predictions from 1950 about our 2020. So a writer revealed that life on Earth in the 21st century, it was in a Smithsonian magazine. The forecast was that the women of tomorrow, so
the 2020.
Yes, the women of tomorrow would be more than 6 feet tall, would wear a size 11 shoe, have shoulders like a wrestler, and muscles like a truck driver. These are all the references. Their proportions would be perfectly Amazonian. Okay. All evidently thanks to science providing a balanced ration of vitamins, proteins, and minerals that will produce maximum bodily efficiency. So you're not 6 feet tall.
I have no muscles.
Well,
and I am 5'6". So
yeah.
Boo! This is the.
I love the way of she brings that she's. Yeah, if you're 5'6", I'm
5'7".
5'9".
Why you keep? It's not.
You're not 5'6".
I'm 5'6".
You're not 5'6".
Okay. Do you want to prove that I am 5'6"? I am 5'6".
Okay, you're 5'6". You know, whatever you believe, as long as it makes you happy, go with it.
Do you believe that you're 5'7"?
No.
You're 5'9"?
I am.
Believer. I am a believer. Okay.
I am just dealing with what I've been given. Okay, there are stuff that you cannot control. Okay, it's not my fault.
Okay, so
this if I want to be taller, it's not like your boobs.
Okay,
I cannot make a surgery tomorrow.
You can do that, but it's like
$7,000,
and it's very you can do that. Research that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh man, that should be so painful.
It is painful.
They just cut your bones in half.
It's like 6 months of recovering because they cut your bones and they put titanium. It's very expensive. It's $70,000. 70,000. But this is my rate to this prediction.
I'm glad you wanted to be super loud about it.
Okay, what is your next prediction? Let's see.
So yeah, obviously, like we always said, like I mean, this makes sense because it's part of
totally
evolution. But it's kind of stupid in a way because we know that evolution took like thousands and thousands and millions of years to happen.
Yeah.
Like because right now, our body, the way we are composed as humans, does not match the way we are living because nature goes slower than our technological progress now. And it's been like that for some centuries.
Yeah.
Like we're not so different than what we were 4 centuries ago, even though technologically we have a totally different life.
Yeah.
So it takes more time, and it's going to take way more time. But that's when we talk, like, like the movie WALL-E. I didn't like that movie. Disney.
The whale.
WALL-E. It's the little robot.
It's so boring.
Okay. I'm glad you feel strong about this movie.
Do you think it's good?
No. But the end is interesting because they show humans that escaped Earth because it's not livable, and they're all like super flat, like their bones are. Their motion is reduced, so the whole body adapted to that, and they're just like couch potatoes with no bones, no brain, because they don't need to think anymore. And then they get like controlled by the machine, just like in 2001 Space Odyssey. But it takes we know it takes like 100,000 of years and millions of years.
The evolution. So why would that happen in 30 years, 60 years?
I mean, that's the hope, because it's true that if we continue to do like we're doing right now, what we're aimed to be, we will be like these fat, boneless, brainless
bodies,
humans. And like AI or whatever we'll call it is going to think for us and going to make the progress for us.
Yeah.
At the same time, I kind of feel like these over anticipation movies where we kind of go back in time, just like Planet of the Apes, which is a great movie. I don't know why you don't like it.
What is the movie?
It's just like we kind of go back in time with different standards and do different
the Bruce
things.
Willis movie that I actually watched because of you, the monkey ones.
Oh, 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
Yes,
that talks about that, right? Going back in time to prevent some viruses spread.
Yes, but to prevent the virus spread and stuff like that.
I am so grateful that Pepe's opened my mind to new.
But that's what's good about Terry Gilliam's movie. I'm sorry if I'm doing a parenthesis, is because
again.
Yeah. So there's another movie from Terry Gilliam that you need to watch. It's called Brazil, and for whatever reason, nobody talks about it in the US. And for me, it was like huge. And I know a lot of people in France or in Europe that know that movie. And nobody watched it here. Brazil is great. 12 Monkeys is great as well. I think Brad Pitt, even if he's overdoing it, I think he's very good.
I think he's very good in that movie. Because
you love Brad Pitt, you never watch that movie, and I think it's one of his best roles.
I mean, it's overacting, but it's expected because he's a guy that it's out of his mind.
Yeah.
So I think it's good.
Yeah, and Brazil is the same. So what I like about Terry Gilliam's movies is he doesn't. It's like I'm thinking at the same time.
Ooh.
If you want to talk about masterpiece, because I watched a picture about it, when you talk about 2001 The Space Odyssey, which is like a masterpiece to a lot of people. And I mean, I don't think I even went through the entire movie in my life, even though I love Stanley Kubrick. I can prove it. But here's the thing. When you're in the 1960s trying to make a movie about 2200 or 2087 or whatever, like in your mind you're still thinking of what you have right now and how it will be better, but like the screens look like from the 70s, the whole space suit,
they look very old,
you know what I mean? So it's not like you look at it now, you see that the whole project, the whole movie, the whatever it tries to convey, it's great. The direction is great. It's a great movie, but everything that is part of technology, it's like outdated, and you know it already. Yeah, like you watch, so it's not really believable, even though the whole content of the movie is great, super smart and ahead of its time and different and. But then you have things like that brings you back and say, yeah, I'm sorry, but no, that doesn't work. Terry Gilliam always took like a different direction, and Brazil is one of them. Is basically he throws out how technology is going to evolve and goes back to stuff that are very
simple,
organic. Very organic, like you're typing on the machine see, because it's like everything is like, okay, I have to stop saying like. everything is wiped out in a way. And so you don't have access to the technology that you have at that time that you're trying to predict. So people go back to like having typewriters or whatever to do things that computers could do before, because they're trying to just fix things around. And that's what you see in 12 Monkeys. You know, everything is like really
very
harsh.
manual, yes.
Yeah, very harsh, very organic.
Rudimentary.
Yes, exactly. Rudimentary.
Did I find a good word?
Yes. I mean, I don't know if in English it works, but in French it does.
Okay.
But
Let's.
yes, and so that's what you need to watch Brazil, because it's the same, and 12 Monkeys, and one that is really, really, really good in terms of anticipation. And to this day, I don't see how it's not as good in the technology that they're showing. Is Minority Report from Steven Spielberg.
Oh yeah.
This
Tom Cruise?
So this is the opposite.
It's Tom Cruise?
Yes. It's like the opposite. It's like they're trying to see, and I know that Steven Spielberg worked with people that would anticipate how the future will be. And I think it's very, very close to, the direction we're going right now. And this movie is probably 20 years old now. I think it's from 2004. Like it's an old movie.
Very old, yeah. Well, I mean, not very old, but
it goes to it's still relevant today. It is still very relevant today.
Like 2020.
Yeah.
So which is the next prediction for 2020?
Yeah, I think I'm not going to have time to I know I'm going to discuss all of this. It doesn't matter how many predictions I give.
Just give one extra. Give us an extra. Give us an extra, Lopez.
Yeah, nobody ever asked me for an extra. Yes.
Yeah, nobody wants your extras.
So I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. But I just give you the quarter of. No, that's super fine. Just keep it for yourself. The
rest. So the second one is everyone will be vegetarian. In 1913. The former president of the American Meat Packers Association predicted that humans' diets would consist of mostly vegetables as the years went on because of a shortage of meat. And he told the New York Times even the wealthiest people in the future would be vegetarians because it will be like so expensive to have meat on the table. And that made me make me remember of another movie that had a big impact when I watched when I was a kid. It was in the English title is called Soylent Green, and it's with Charlton Heston.
Soylent
Green, and in French. So since we're in the movie titles like adaptation, it's Soleil Vert. So that means they did a sound translation of it, because Soylent. What is Soylent? Is like the nutrition...
The soil.
The soil. Soylent Green. And in French, it's called Green Sun.
Green Sun?
Green Sun. That's the name of the pill. It's basically an anticipation movie where there's a shortage of meat and only the wealthiest can eat normally, and all the poor people can only eat... the only thing they can afford is this shitty pill.
Oh, that's very sad.
Yes, and everybody's craving eating salad, eating beef or whatever.
Going back to the junk food, that now it's very cheap. Like they didn't think about the transgenic. I don't know how to say it.
Like the pill is like the junk food.
I know. Yeah, but now like this prediction, of course, they didn't predict that the scientific point or part on this food revolution is that they will contribute to produce the mass produce of meat with this transgenic theories. Well, not theory, it's real. So it's the human is capable of produce meat like crazy, like cars, right?
Yeah, I mean it has a huge impact on the environment.
Yes, I know, but they predicted like there won't be enough meat, because we are going to be...
What did we talked about? Saying that we should not be meat eaters? The blue zones, the longevity secrets. We don't need meat anymore because we're not hunters spending miles
I am a hunter.
Hunting all day long. But do you want to know the end of Soylent Green, or because it's like the Sixth Sense, like the end?
Yeah. It's a ghost.
No, it's a very, very good movie. I don't know. I didn't watch it in the past 30 years.
Oh, wow.
But I know it had a big impact when I watched it. And it's
what is the end?
17 of Charlton. So the whole thing about all these people dying, you have famine because we don't have food anymore. And you have these really super rich people that can have everything they want. And people are slaves, basically. And the only thing they can afford is this soil and green thing that keeps them system going, but makes them mind, like in any cult, like the cults.
Their brain just...
In the cults, in all cults, you always have like a special diet. Yeah. But now I think they're replaced with drugs as well. Like they drug you up.
Oh, very thoughtful.
But everything to make you think more slowly or believe things that to put you in a daze, to put you like in
a mood of receptive.
Yeah, something that is super blurry. It's like, whatever. And so the end of the movie is that he figures out the main character figures out that the soil and green is made of human beings.
What?
It's like the dust of everybody that is dying from famine and from diseases and stuff like. And that's how they feed the other people. Yeah.
And you don't like scary movies, but you like this shit? That's worse. That's worse.
It was well done. It was really well done. And I don't think it's a very popular movie. I don't know why these movies.
No, I never heard about this movie. Now I want to watch it because it's twist.
Yeah, but it's from the 70s. So expect a 70s movie. It has its big footprint on it.
Okay.
So the last one, and maybe
the last one.
No, the last two. I mean okay. In 1997. An article titled "The Long Boom." Two journalists said that China would be on top. That means that by 2020, the Chinese economy will be the largest in the world.
Well, yeah.
They say that in 1997. Yeah. It's still not true to this day. Still the US the number one. So though the US economy is more technologically sophisticated and its population more affluent, China and the United States are basically on the par, they said. So in 2019, that's what they predicted. In 2019, China still trailed the United States as the second largest economy by nominal GDP. But the recent reports predict that China and India will overtake the United States by 2030. So that means within 10 years. So that will be easier. Like a prediction within 10 years, it's like, I'm sure of it. Kind of, right? You're not going to make like a 10-year prediction on something that is going to change the whole momentum of the world.
You have a lot of more tools to predict that you had before. Yeah. And with all this economy, the recession and everything,
but still, have with the coronavirus, we don't know if it's going to change anything. I don't know, maybe.
Well, they are saying that the US is recovering faster than they expect. And I can see, at least in my work, I can totally see that people just all of a sudden, no, we are not closing anymore. We need to, if we don't die about coronavirus, we're going to starve. So we need to go back to work. So all the surrounding market, it's the same. It's again going up, and we are recovering, I hope.
There's a saying by Winston Churchill that says you need to take advantage of a good crisis, or I can't remember, something something really smart, because Winston Churchill, you can make we should have a quote from Winston Churchill every single episode, because he's just it's amazing. This man was amazing.
Yeah.
So just really quick, because I don't want to talk about it again later.
I want to talk about it.
But in 1957, they predicted that roads and streets will be replaced by a network of...
The what?
Roads and streets will be replaced by tubes, underground tubes, pneumatic tubes that will be living underground.
Like Mario Bros. In Nintendo.
Yeah, I guess.
I know it's that's super right now.
Yeah. Another great movie by Emir Kusturica, called Underground, 1995, I think. If you didn't watch it, if you don't know it, you need to watch this movie. It's a masterpiece, and not a well-known masterpiece, well-known in France or in Europe maybe, not in the US. Underground, Emir Kusturica.
Well, no, you're going to put it on the... we may put it on the on Pinterest because we have Pinterest.
Oh yeah, I mean, oh yeah.
And we can
do it right now.
Super right now. And I think
yes,
that will be all for today.
Yes, it will be all for today. Yeah, no, the last one.
Oh,
they say that nuclear will be replaced by natural gas. No, nuclear power will replace natural gas. That didn't happen.
No.
It's like even to this day in the US, the nuclear power, the 75 of total US primary energy production is from fossil fuels. Yeah, petroleum, natural gas, and coal account 79% of total US primary energy production. And only 12% is from renewable energy sources. And about 9% is from nuclear electric power. So it's only 9% nuclear in the US, which I don't see it as a bad thing. What we need to point out is that it's only 12% that is from renewable energy, and that's what we need to work on. Okay. So they predicted nuclear will replace in 1968, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And another thing was we will set foot on Mars because we went so fast on going on the moon, in 1969, and then we to take 10 steps back, and then we're still like thinking of going on the moon now.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Pepe, for your predictions.
Yeah, yes.
Make sure that the movies that you mentioned today,
I'm
both,
going to do
because
that.
I really want to watch them because I
Brazil
am surprised.
and Underground.
Yeah, put it there.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I didn't hear that in such a long time.
Put it there. No, like put it there. Like
right now, super right now.
Put it there.
Oh yes.
Okay, make things happen, people.
Yes.
Comment. Subscribe or ask your persons, your favorite humans that subscribe. We are fun. We hang out with you.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing right now, like cleaning, doing the dishes, whatever, make things happen.
Yes. And that is only if you're a woman, of course.
Or a Pepe. Or a Pepe. Because today he was...
If you're a man smoking in your car, going to your work and... okay, whatever. Thank you very much. Make things happen, yes.
Bye.
Bye.
We love you. Super right now.